Hello and welcome to World of Warcraft Beginner's Guides and Tips. In this guide I'm going to be giving you some tips on how you can basically start your character in World of Warcraft, some basics you need to know before you start playing, and give you some tips on how to help you out while you're playing in game and help making your experience in the game much funner. So I'm basically going to start out this video with showing you the character screen. As you see, I already have a list of characters, but when you play this game and you begin, once you've downloaded all the content, you will want to choose a realm. I would definitely choose a realm depending on your friends. If you have real life friends that you play with or you want to play with that already have a certain server, I would suggest playing with them and picking this specific server that is same to them and also faction. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the bottom right and click Create New Character. Basically that's going to give you a list of characters of male, female, classes, and race, and also faction. As you see on the left side, you have the Alliance faction. We have humans, dwarves, night elves, gnomes, draenei, and worgens. Now, to access all these all these races, you must have all the expansions. If you are just to buy the very first expansion of World of Warcraft, you're only going to have the first 4. If you buy Burning Crusade, you will have Draenei and Blood Elf, and if you download Cataclysm and buy it, you will have Worgen and Goblin. If you download Wrath of the Lich King and you're wondering what you get from that, you basically get the opportunity to make the class Death Knight, but you must have a level 55 first before you can make a Death Knight, because that's where they start out leveling. And on the Horde side, you have Orc, Undead, Tauren, Troll, Blood Elf, and Goblin. So basically, what you want to do is, if you have no friends playing this game and you just pick a random server, try to look for like a medium or high pop PvE server would be good, because if you're going on a PvP server, you might get killed by other factions, which would be very annoying while leveling. So depending on if you don't have any options, just try to look for a medium or high pop PvE server, and then choose your faction. I personally play Horde. I think Alliance is actually a really fun faction as well. I played all the starting zones and they're really fun, so it's really just personal preference. Once you pick the faction you want to, you can pick the race. For this example, I'm going to be picking a Orc, and I'll be picking a Rogue. If you want to know information about the race or the class, you look on the right and you see Orc, and you'll see a little bit of information. In the yellow text is what they have. Basically, every race has a different type of these, different types of abilities they have and stuff like that. So definitely look at all of them before you pick your specific race. Next, you want to pick your class. As you see here, not all the races can pick every single class. No race can pick all classes. Trolls can have every class but paladins, and I think it is dwarves can have every class but druid. So there is no race that can be every single class, but they can have a limited amount. This video I'm going to be going over one specific class, which is the Rogue. So once you pick your class, you're going to go to the bottom left and you can change your skin color. As you see here, I'm changing to different colors. I'm going to make them green. You can change your face and what it looks like. Also your hairstyle, hair color, and facial hair. And I'm just going to quickly change mine a little bit to this. And then you type your name in, and you can enter the world. And then you're going to have your character on the bottom, on the right part of the screen. You click him and you will enter the world. So here we are on the World of Warcraft, showing you basically the beginner tips and what you need to do when you start out. When you first start out the game, you'll see in the bottom corner, you'll see an experience bar of purple, and you'll also see your spells. You can maneuver them by holding down left click on the item or on the spell and dragging it anywhere you want. And if you click C, you open up your character screen. You can see your character, your items, and to the right of your character you see some stats. I would definitely suggest looking over these stats and reading what they're about, so you learn a little bit about your stats as you continue on in the game and look for what you need in gear. The first quest is going to be from Calthunk. You accept that quest and then you go talk to this guy, and basically when you have a golden exclamation point above a person's head, that means they have a quest for you. You look at the quest, you can read about it if you'd like, and you can accept it. Some quests will just give experience, some of them will actually just give you experience and an item. For this quest you have to kill mottled boars. I'm going to click my M and it will show me basically the area that I'm in right now. If it's grayed out, as you see around here, it means you have not discovered it yet. You just go over to that area and you'll discover it, and it'll come up on your map and you can see where it is. But for here, we're in here, and it shows us we have to go over here to complete this quest, and you'll see it soon. You're also going to click L, and you can have your log of quests right here. You can shift click a quest for it to come up on the objectives over here to your right below your map, and it will show you what you need to do. Here we are, I completed my first quest, and I'm basically back at the person that gave me the quest, which is where most likely you'll have to complete the quest. You're going to right click the person. To indicate that you have to turn in the quest into this person, they will have a golden question mark above their head, and then you'll either have to just click complete quest, but for this you have items you can choose from. You can choose a reward. For me, I know as a rogue I need leather, so I'm going to click the leather belt and complete the quest. Here we are in Silver Moon City on my level 16 Warlock, and I'm going to be going over two quick things for you. First is professions. Professions are very helpful in World of Warcraft, whether they're used to make gold or used to make items that are going to help you in the game. In this little example, I'm going to be going over tailoring. Tailoring is basically a profession you need to, which helps you out by getting you cloth items. You can make certain types of gear that will increase your stats. As a tailor, it's good to have a tailor because, especially if you're a cloth user, because you're basically making cloth items that increase stats that are used for clothies, so it's helpful while leveling. But definitely look over all the professions. There's a huge list of them. If you want to know all the professions and exactly what they do for you, either leave a comment in the comment section below and I will answer all your questions. I answer every single comment, so if you're a new player and want to know what you should get, leave in the comment and I'll tell you what you should get, in my opinion, of course. If you want to know some information on different professions, go to Google and type them in, or you can go to wowhead.com. I'll leave a link to that in the description below, and that website is basically a website of information on World of Warcraft of all the professions, looking at what you can make and stuff like that. Next thing I'm going to show you is your talent tree. Once you reach level 10, you get your talent tree, and by clicking N, you can access that. And basically here I'm on my Warlock, and I have 3 specs: Affliction, Demonology, and Destruction. Basically the specs do different things. Once you click on one spec, you will get a certain spell. And I clicked Demonology, and that's where I have points in right now, and that is Summon Felguard. This big guy you see next to me is my minion, and he's a Felguard. And that's what you get for being a Demonology Warlock. You get him as a pet, which is pretty cool. And when you look at your specs, you have one spell that you gain for each spec, and you get little side information you can read. I would definitely look over your spec. You can view talent trees and look over your talent trees and what the talents do before you pick one. There are a lot of different talents that do different things. Some of them increase your health, some increase mostly just your damage of your spells. Definitely look over every single talent tree and see which one you think would be the best. If you want tips on what you should be for leveling, leave in the comments below. I will answer your question no matter how many I get. Leave in the comments below. I'll answer what you should do for your class, what I think you should do. If you want to learn information on your class as well, you can leave a comment, or you can just Google class leveling guides, and they will give you tips on what you should do leveling, where you should put your talent points, what you should look for in gear. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll answer them. And that's basically it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this beginner's guide. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Any suggestions, I'd like to see your feedback. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. Thanks, guys.